Hello everyone, welcome to Q6, the weekly Q where I just take your questions and I answer them, but first I rant my ass off about whatever the hell's going on in the news, particularly the gaming news, because I don't do the real news because that shit's terrible. Anyways, today I will be talking about Artifact, or Valve's failed attempt at trying to get people excited about anything remotely. Oh, Jesus Christ. So if you haven't heard, the Dota 2 International, I don't know if it's done. It probably is. I haven't kept up since I got, fucking banned from playing Dota 2. I've fallen into a deep depression because nobody wants to play Dota 2 with me anymore. And plus now I have to play with low priority players, and that's not fun. That's really not fun. So I haven't been keeping up with the whole Dota 2 thing in a long time, but I do know that the International happened about a week ago or sometime this week ago, and there's a huge tournament, and the tournament is, I think it got over 7 million views this year or something like that. It was massive numbers, and they had a large prize pool of over $20 million to give to the players, whoever won. It's fantastical. It's really awesome. It's pretty cool until, Valve decided to fuck it all up and announced that they were coming out with a Dota card game. And that got a lot of people pissed off, as you could imagine, because this is a tournament about MOBAs and like the hardest, grittiest MOBA ever to be created, if not the granddaddy, the god, the creator of MOBAs. And suddenly you want to announce to all of us that you're coming out with a card game. Something that nobody asked for, yet somehow you decided that it's appropriate to deliver. Now, a lot of people, aside from the whole MOBA thing, right? I'm sure a lot of people are pissed off that this is a card game that nobody asked for, whatever, right? Nobody cares. More people seem to be pissed off at the fact that it's Valve's new game. This is Valve's new fucking game, and it's a cash grab card game. Look, let's not just call it anything else. It is just a cash grab. Card games are known to make mountains of money, like a ton of it. You just profit instantly from just making a card game. People buy card games, they're addictive, they're fun, they're super cool. I love playing Hearthstone. I've spent probably $20 on that. I'm a poor fuck, but I spent some money on that. Now my newest thing is Gwent, and I've been playing that with my girlfriend. It's been pretty cool. But now we have this Dota 2 thing, and it's like, a lot of people have done card games. I never would have thought that Dota would have done a card game. Hell, I never even thought Valve even considered the idea. I mean, they're swimming in cash, yet they want more out of people. It's so bizarre, honestly, to think that this is their newest game. This is their newest game. When was the last time they came out with a fucking video game? Don't know the answer? I'll tell you right now. It was 2013, and it was Dota 2. That was the last time they actually developed a video game. Like a full-fledged video game from scratch. Well, it's kind of from scratch. I mean, Dota is an existing IP. It wasn't really an IP, it was a mod, but still, it's not the most original thing that came out in 2013. I guess you can say that the lab was their last game, but it's just a VR gallery thing. It doesn't really matter. And now they're coming out with the Artifact thing that nobody really knows about. There's no gameplay footage of it, but it's a thing that's happening, and I hope you're excited. We've been waiting for about 5 years for a new video game, and Valve surely delivered with that awesome card game. Now look, there's a lot of controversy with that. Again, with the cash grab thing, there's many things to question with Valve, but at the same time, it's like, it'll be good. I mean, it's gonna be a good card game, but by the end of the day, who the fuck cares? Honestly, it's so... I've heard a lot of people talk about how, like, oh, well, they should have announced Team Fortress 2, Team Fortress 3, or Portal 3, or a new Counter-Strike, and I'm like, no, not at all. They shouldn't have done it in a Dota tournament. First of all, nobody's gonna care. Nobody in Dota is gonna care about a Team Fortress 3 announcement, right? That's not gonna happen. It shouldn't happen, but I mean, then again, a fucking card game announcement shouldn't happen either, but that happened. I thought, and a lot of people also, they were speculating that there was going to be a really good announcement coming up with the international, because there always is. There's like a new character that's announced, or like there's a new mode, or there's always something new every international, right? Something exciting to look forward to. And most people were speculating that it was some sort of Dota single player mode, because with the international came, the battle pass, and with the battle pass came this cool little thing that was like a co-op horde mode thing, like a story mode kind of thing, and it was pretty cool. I mean, it controlled like shit because it's Dota 2. It always controls like shit by default, but now it controls even worse because you have a limited camera. But whatever, it was still a cool concept, and that wasn't even their first time doing it. They did it before. This time around it was cooler and better and bigger and whatever, but now those rumors are brought to dust because of this card game. It's so just fascinating. It is a weird approach. A card game, like, that's just crazy to me. I never thought Valve would ever make a card game. Then again, 5 years ago I never would have thought they would have made a MOBA, but they did. I mean, further than that, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because they're all about the whole online multiplayer competitive scene, and there is no doubt in my mind that this game is going to make millions and millions, and it's gonna their tournaments are gonna be grand, because Valve doesn't pull back when it comes to tournaments. When it comes to their Counter-Strike thing and their Dota 2 tournaments, I know there's a controversy between the prize pools between those two games. Counter-Strike, the prize pool is like 6 million, whereas Dota 2 is like 20 million. I know there's a bias here, because guess what? One of the fucking games, they get more viewers. I'm sorry, Counter-Strike. They just get more viewers. That's just how it is, right? That fucking sucks. But with this card game, I've seen Hearthstone tournaments, right? They're pretty cool. They're not grandiose, but they're fucking cool. They're like local pub kind of games, but with Valve, they're definitely gonna step it up. They're gonna fucking rent out Madison Square Garden. It's just gonna be this giant fucking stage where just two people are playing a card game. It's so weird, a card game. I'm not mad. I'm personally not mad. I don't care that much. I'm just bewildered. Honestly, that's just how I feel about this. I love card games. I don't know why. It's like crack to me. I love them a ton. But this, I know I'm going to love this way more because I love Dota 2, except for the fact that I have to play against low priority motherfuckers. But whatever. I love Dota 2. I know I'm going to love this, but there could have been something more with that. I mean, am I wrong to think that? This is so weird. It's just weird. I don't know if people okay, you know what, it's worth the hate. It is worth the hate. I was expecting some sort of new character, or at least a fucking new skin, something right, something really cool. But no, it's a fucking card game. Good lord. I know most of you probably don't really care about this because you don't play Dota 2, or you just don't care about card games. But this is a very it's an interesting subject just because Valve did it. If it were any other company, we probably wouldn't care, right? If League of Legends came out with a card game, they probably would not have blinked an eye. There was going to be definitely outrage, right? League of Legends players are crazy like that, right? But it's fucking Valve. What the fuck? What? They haven't done anything in such a long time. Half-Life 3, what the fuck is that even? Gabe says as he fucking twirls his mustache or his beard or gropes his chest as he has this massive heartache as he realizes he's gonna make so much money out of this card game. It's ridiculous. Oh god. I think I love the hate more so than the actual game itself. I don't even know what the fuck the game's gonna be. What is it? Somebody said like it was gonna be 3 players, which is weird. Oh man, but hey, let me know what you think on this thing. Is it gonna be cool? It's probably gonna be great. It's gonna be great, but nobody's gonna play it. I mean, people are gonna play it, but nobody's gonna like it. They're not gonna like to admit that, yeah, this game is pretty cool, and I'm definitely gonna spend a lot of time. Oh god. Let me just say this. Valve has always been they've always been the pioneers of like PC gaming, right? They always have been. But lately, with Dota 2 and this new idea, it seems like they're not the trailblazers that they used to be. It seems like they're the ones eating the dust as other people move forward with brand new ideas and brand new innovations in the gaming industry, or rather, money makers, right? When they saw that MOBAs were being profitable and like hugely profitable, they took advantage of that. Now that they see that card games are being this massive franchise, with Hearthstone and such, now they're doing it again. It's disappointing, I suppose, but it's business, It's business first, gaming last, I guess. We're never gonna get Half-Life 3. Team Fortress 3, I don't know about that. Team Fortress 2, you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that Team Fortress 2 is just a huge dumpster fire right now. And Counter-Strike, hey, how's it going, Counter-Strike? Hope you like your shitty pots. It's bad. But hey, no, seriously, let me know what you guys think. I think it's fucking weird. But hey, let's get on to the Q part of this video. Now we'll take your questions. And if you have any questions that you want to be answered, just leave a hashtag Q in the comments down below, or follow me on Twitter at GooseSenpai, and you can give me a tweet there and ask a question there, and you might see your question featured on Q7 next week. But right now we're on Q6, so let's focus on the questions this week. First question is by Ryujin. Right, cool, awesome. Your question was, do you hate your own work, or are you unsatisfied with how it turns out in the end sometimes? That is a depressing question. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, I don't hate my work. I mean, if you're talking about YouTube, no, I don't really care about it. And if you're talking about like when I have a job and shit, right now I'm unemployed because I have to move somewhere soon. We'll talk about that later. But if you're talking about like work, like job shit, I don't care about having a bad job, honestly. Sometimes it's just, you just gotta go with it. You gotta do your work so you can get paid. Who cares if you have a bad job? Unless like they're beating you every day and like fucking psychologically destroying you, then okay, you have grounds to complain. But other than that, if you just have a shitty boss, everyone has a shitty boss. But right now you're talking about probably talking about YouTube. No, I don't hate it. I never hate what I do. I mean, there are many times where I'm just like, oh, this is a piece of shit. I hate this. I don't want to work on this. It's just not that great, right? Everybody has those thoughts when they make a video. But usually the only time when when I'm actually unsatisfied with what I do, the only times I'm like that is when I make a video that was grossly misinformed. Just like when I made that Paladins video about like it's a clone and whatever. I don't feel like I was wrong with the whole clone thing. Like my argument of like, oh, there are good clones and there are bad clones. Just because it's a clone, it's not a terrible thing. But I was wrong about the whole Paladins thing, because Paladins was actually in beta when Overwatch was announced, or something like that. It came out way before, and it came out in beta way before than Overwatch did, and I was wrong about that. That's the only video I was like, that's kind of shit. And I still got a lot of comments that are like, oh, you suck, you were so totally wrong. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but I didn't really hate it. I liked it. I liked the video, but yeah, I'm never unsatisfied. Like I said, if I'm only unsatisfied if I was actually super wrong about something, that's when I'm super embarrassed about it. But other than that, I'm cool with it. I mean, whatever. It's what I do. I enjoy what I do, and I hope you guys enjoy what I do too, because, it sucks. It sucks being so low in the YouTube spectrum, but you gotta start somewhere. Coca-Cola Bro asked, do you think that the Gears of War video game or Uncharted video game films can save the video game movie genre? No, not at all. No. I didn't know there was a Gears of War film coming out. If there is, it's gonna suck. the Uncharted video game film, that's gonna suck. I mean, they're all gonna suck. They're all gonna suck. And even if they don't suck, right? Even if they're good, it's a movie, right? What can you fucking do with a movie that a video game can do in 8 hours, right? Video games, let's take Uncharted for example, because I played Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4's story was actually super good. I thought it was incredible, right? I thought the dialogue and the writing was amazing and all that, but you can't make that into a movie. You can't just crunch it up in just one movie. I've played 1, 2, and 3 as well. Those games you can't make into just one movie. They're hours long for a reason. The stories are hours long. At best, you could probably make a TV show out of them, which is... It weirds me out that nobody has ever done that. Why don't we just make video game TV shows? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because they're just not as profitable as, say, a movie. But even then, movies are just... You can't do that with a movie. You really can't. So... And this Gears of War, is there really going to be a Gears of War movie? What? The Gears of War story was already, just not great. I mean, okay, a lot of you are going to get mad at me for saying that. The Gears of War, it had such a sad story. You saw when Dom died and shit, and it's like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. The story was terrible. I don't even remember what happened in Gears of War 1 and 2. I never even played Gears 3. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, no video game movie could ever save the video game movie genre. It's always... I mean, what exactly do you want to happen? Do you want it to be profitable and successful? Even when it is, there's still going to be that stigma that video games can't be movies. This will be just that one exception if Uncharted is super successful, or if Gears of War is super successful, or if the Super Mario Brothers movie is super successful. Apparently there was a rumor that Sony Films was going to make the Super Mario Brothers film. I hope not. Because we already saw what the fuck happened to the Emoji movie, so I hope not. But whatever. Just if you're gonna make a fucking film based off of a video game, don't base it off the original story. Just be inspired by it, but don't actually make a film about Nathan Drake, because it's already been done. Who cares about Nathan Drake anymore? His story is done. I don't know. Maybe I'm being super pessimistic, about this, but it's shit. I mean, I just don't think people know or understand how to make a good video game film, and they don't, because there hasn't been a good one yet. I don't care what you say. I have not seen a good one yet. They all suck. They will always all suck, no matter what. But anyways, Honey Fox over at Twitter asked, okay, now for the real question. What are some of your favorite dishes? I just like seafood. There you go. That's what I like. I love shrimp. I fucking love shrimp. I don't know why. I just like seafood. I think it just reminds me of my dad's restaurant where he had a ton of seafood. And in New Jersey, where I used to live, I would go through the shops and I would see the fish on the frozen foods aisle, and it was, I don't know, there's something about that imagery of just fish buried in ice is just super nostalgic to me, because it just reminds me of shopping with my dad. I guess that's why I have the food preferences that I have today. It's all based off of nostalgia, because I'm a total 90s kid, so I have to base my likes and dislikes on the 90s. But yeah, I just really, it's calming to me. And fish food is really nice and lovely and wonderful. I think there's got to be one fish food that I really hate, though. Let me think. I know there's fish food that I super fucking hate. I like crab. I like lobster. I like shrimp. Shrimp is my favorite. I like salmon. No, I guess I like octopus. Octopus is really good. I'm really trying my best. Can't think of any at all. Nope, not a single one. yeah, I fucking love fish food a lot. So there's that. That's that question. Exciting question. Sparking debate. Fuck you if you don't like fish food, by the way. Fuck you indeed. Anyways, let's go on to the next question, which is the final question of today's Q. And it's by Steen Bean. It is there a game you loved from your childhood? Of course there's a game that I love from my childhood. I can't think of a specific one, but there are a ton of games that I really love from my childhood. It's really funny because I was born pretty late into the 90s, but I remember playing a ton of Super Nintendo games. One of my favorites was Mega Man 7. I know it's not that great. I know a lot of people like to argue that Mega Man 7 is not the best Mega Man. And you can tell that Capcom knows that it's not the best Mega Man because they never, ever feature it on any Mega Man collection series. They always focus on the original 6 games that came out in the NES, and I'm like, motherfucker, 7 was cool, right? Wasn't it? I mean, am I wrong? Whatever. Mega Man X was super cool too. I played Chrono Trigger as a kid. That was rad. Earthbound came later in my life, but I still loved it. But honestly, Super Nintendo was cool. Nintendo 64 was even cooler. Mario Party 2 is like the greatest game I ever played as a kid because, me as a stupid kid, I don't care about random chance or anything like that. If it's fun and exhilarating and I see other people in pain, I think it's fucking hilarious and funny, and it's a great game. I love Mario Party 2. And also, as a little kid, I just thought, wow, Mario Party 2, it has so many mini games and such. And I was like, wow, what a great deal. One game with 89 different mini games. I don't know how many mini games there are, but it felt like 89. But it was a great game. It was a really great game. What else? You know what? I'm thinking more about it, and Nintendo 64, as much as I love the console, I can't really remember too many games where I was like, wow, this is the best game ever. Oh, Paper Mario. That was fucking awesome. I loved Paper Mario. I tried playing it on a ROM one time. It fucking sucked because apparently we can't perfect Nintendo 64 ROMs anymore. Or emulators, rather. Emulators for Nintendo 64 just fucking suck. So, yeah, I don't have a Nintendo 64. I don't have Paper Mario, so I can't reignite my love for Paper Mario anymore. But that is a game I cherish the most from my childhood. Oh, and Star Fox. Star Fox and Star Fox 64. The coolest shit. I love that shit. I loved it. But if we were to go to the Nintendo GameCube, which is where I got most of my games, like Nintendo 64 was cool and all. I had like maybe 10 games in total. But with GameCube, I had like 25 games or some shit like that. I fucking loved all of them. I love Luigi's Mansion. I'm looking at my cabinet right now because I can see all the games that I owned back then. There's Def Jam, Fight for New York. Oh, fucking Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles was the best. Geist was super cool. I have the Mega Man collection up there too. Mega Man X collection as well. Metal Arms is a hidden gem. If you haven't played that game, play it. You will thank me later. Let's see. We got Metroid Prime. That was awesome. Oh, there's Legend of Zelda. A link to the past. Wind Waker. We got Geist. Nobody's heard of Geist. Geist, I thought it was cool. I mean, when I was a kid. And I'm leaving one out because I know I want to talk about that in length. Soul Calibur 2 was super cool. Vendetta, Def Jam Vendetta. I got, what is that? Star Fox Armada? Yeah, that was really cool too. Not that great. I also had Star Fox Adventures, which was awesome. What else? Is that it? Beautiful Joe! That was a cool fucking game. I love that. I love that game. Nobody around me, none of my friends in school had that game. So when I was talking about Beautiful Joe, they did not know. And I liked that. I loved being obscure about my video game choices, but it got me bullied, but whatever. And there is that one game. I'm going to mention this game. I'll tell you why I left it out, because this I felt like was my most cherished and beloved game when I was a little kid. It is Mario Kart Double Dash. I love that game. I fucking love that game. It is amazing. It is wonderful. It is competitive. it was just awesome, man. I loved that game so much as a kid, and I used to play with my cousins all the time, you know? Like, it was 4-player, you could be co-op, you could just do solo. It was so good, man. It was so fucking good. It was great. I loved that game so very much, and I have so many fond memories of it. And, man, I really want to play that with friends and shit. Like today, I want to play that with like some of my friends or my girlfriend. I'm sure she's never played that in her entire life. That is something that brings me back and like makes me tear up. Also, I have Smash Brothers Melee, but yeah, I don't really care about Melee that much. The competitive scene is really cool, but I don't really care about it right now. Man, I love that fucking game. I love Double Dash. It's my favorite. Favorite fucking GameCube game. It was the best. Oh man, the GameCube brings back so many memories. I remember the GameCube way more than I do like Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo. You know, I was a little baby. I was a kindergartner when I had the Super Nintendo, and I was in elementary when I had the Nintendo 64, and I was still in elementary when I had the GameCube. But still, so many memories. It was really good. I love the GameCube. It was really good. Oh boy. That was a good trip down memory lane. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I will get to them as soon as I can. Well, actually, I'll get to them next week in Q7. But thank you all who have submitted questions. If I haven't gotten to you, then I just didn't get to you. But yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. I very much enjoy these questions, and I hope you enjoyed the discussion on Artifact, which will, oh boy, it's not gonna fail, but people aren't gonna like it. People are not gonna like it. But thank you all so very much for watching. I will see you all next week. I love y'all. Goodbye.